So this is January 3rd, I think, Saturday. The
Yeah.
3rd? Maybe the camera says. No, it's not that smart.
I think
So this is the first semester sophomore year wrap up and end of the year wrap up. And Emily's here for lunch with us. So you worked
I worked.
until 9:30 on New Year's Eve, and then you had the party.
Mhm.
You said there weren't very many people at the party?
Mm-mm. There was a wave where there were a bunch of people, but most of the night it was like 10 or less.
Uh,
Which was
in the
kind of
ba-
nice.
In the basement.
Mm-hmm.
And the speaker, it seemed to me like it was a pretty hefty speaker, but your dad said it was just,
It worked just fine. I mean, I can see how like we couldn't have blasted it, but it was plenty loud.
yeah. And so you would like to keep it for a while, which, have you talked to him?
I haven't. I think he's gonna call tomorrow.
Okay. He said it would be okay as long as you don't spill beer or something, or Coke.
Yeah.
Coke,
Coke, yeah, Coke.
as long as you don't spill Coke on it. So I think he's okay with it, if you want to keep
They
it.
said beer,
But-
you suspect her of beer?
But if you're gonna use it for basement parties, maybe put it up someplace.
Yeah, we have it up on like a big ledge.
I take it you got an adapter for the,
I did. It was like $6. So not
and it
bad.
worked.
Mm-hmm.
Good. All right, so before you embark on the new semester,
Uh-huh.
the past semester is in your mind, so tell us about your courses and stuff.
Last semester,
Yeah.
I took a bunch of gen eds, took a math class and an English class and a health class and a finance class. And then directing two.
Oh, finance.
Uh-huh.
What was that? Because like you
It was
said
an
your-
online class that I had like 4 assignments for.
Mm. You said your math class got into some of that, like interest and bank loans.
A little bit. We didn't really get into that stuff in finance. It was like super basic. It's like a 1 credit hour class.
Mm.
So it's super basic and easy.
So what'd you learn in it?
And you aced it?
Mm-hmm. I got a B, so you know.
Well, that isn't acing it. That's piecing it. English, you said?
Yep.
What's sophomore year English like? Reading?
This is the only English I had to take because I had 1 English credit from high school, but it's like papers like in different types of research, like field research and like things like that.
You
and
mean
like,
you had to do research?
Yeah.
And then write a paper about it?
Yeah, we had different papers. One was like we had to do our own research, like not the internet, like through interviews and surveys and stuff. One was like all internet sources.
Was that the videos that I saw?
One
interview-
video. That was my
Mhm.
first project. Yeah, there was one.
I think I have those saved, because they were on the camera. Did you
Mhm.
save them? You must have had to
I
run a
didn't save the
DVD.
final draft, but I have like the clips from it on there.
Yeah, well, they're saved. Because they were on the camera when you gave it back to me, and
Mhm.
I didn't want to just destroy it. What were the other gen eds? English, finance, math, which you enjoyed. What did you get in that class?
I got a C.
A C.
Yeah, I did.
Mm.
Because I was teaching myself the whole time. I didn't teach anything. I took a health class, which was also online. I got accused of plagiarism in that class, so that's good.
Hmm?
I got accused of plagiarism in that class.
The health class?
hmm
You had to write a paper?
We had to do these discussion boards where we would like post our opinion on whatever the topic was, and then you had to respond to at least 2, so people would like respond to each other's discussion. And one day my laptop was dead or something, and so I got on Isaac's laptop to do it. He's also in the same class, and when I logged into Blackboard, for some reason it like never quite logged out of his. So when I clicked on, so like when I posted, it posted under his name, and we couldn't figure out how to delete it. And then so I just went back and I posted it again under my name. And I was like, well, she'll probably figure out like what happened. Like I accidentally posted under his name. I went back, I posted it under mine. You know, not a big deal. So then we get emails. Isaac and I both get emails to meet with the professor, and she was like accusing us of plagiarism.
So she
and,
didn't figure it out, in other words.
Yeah, well, and when I was like, you know, Blackboard, like the system we use, it has some quirks. Like sometimes things like that happen. Sometimes it doesn't log all the way out, but it says you're logged in, and it's got quirks like that. And she was like, well, Blackboard doesn't just do that. It doesn't just mess up like that. And we were like, it does actually all the time.
So what was the resolution?
Basically, we both told her what happened and that it wasn't our fault. Like, even if it was plagiarism, like, it wasn't good plagiarism. It was like, this is so stupid. Like, why would I plagiarize a thing that was written right above me? Or like, I don't know if she accused us of cheating or what. But we were like, your claims don't even make sense. Like, it was clearly a screw up. So we got an email a couple weeks later that was like, we decided that you're not guilty or whatever.
Was all this done by email? You didn't actually go in?
Yeah, we had to go in and meet with her and like the head of the department.
Well, I would think that would be to your advantage, you know, rather than these emails with no face or personality attached. If they meet you guys, they'll know you're not cheaters. I would think.
They were still treating us like we were guilty. That's the thing is I went in and I really calmly explained what was going on, and I was like, you know, we're not cheating, like we're not cheaters. And like they still were treating me like I did everything wrong. It was weird. I'm like not used to people not going, oh, you're a good kid, you know.
Yeah. Well, you wonder what her motivation was. Is this a professor you're ever going to have again? Good.
No, it's a really like basic level required class.
Yeah. So move on. So that was the gen ed boring stuff. What about the theater fun stuff? Good stuff.
Directing 2. We just directed scenes. We did a scene from The Seagull by Anton Chekhov.
From the what?
The Seagull by Anton Chekhov.
Really into Anton Chekhov this semester, huh?
I know. And then we did our 10-minute 1-acts.
Okay, then the big play. Or plays.
I only worked on one show this semester. I did my friend Brent's senior capstone called The Skriker.
Yeah. Oops, sorry. I shouldn't laugh. The reason I laugh is because it was really so far above me that, you know, most of it I really didn't get, even after kind of studying up beforehand.
It was a complex one.
But I think I might have said this to you. As an educational experience for you guys who put it on, the crew, the directors, the actresses, I think that was a great thing. Because you talk about a challenge.
Yeah.
In all respects, you know, even down to the how do you light this? How do you what set materials do you use? And
Right.
so on. But as a play-going experience, I don't think, for me personally, I'd have to rank it very high.
Yeah. It was a tough one.
Yeah. Did Chekhov ever write anything that was light and
No.
no? Well, you were involved in something else. What was the other thing we went up and saw? Was that this semester,
I don't think so.
Norma?
I went down to the Irvington district and saw something that
That was over the summer.
was out in the
Ah.
summer.
I guess that's what I'm thinking of. The Grimm's Fairy Tale. And, well, that hasn't been covered by the last update, so tell us.
It was a show at Q Artistry, and
Who wrote that?
the guy who owns Q Artistry.
Oh,
name's Ben.
that was an original play.
I
Right.
didn't do anything on that show. I was technically the assistant stage manager, but I literally did nothing.
Well, that was an interesting one, because
Yeah.
first of all, it was some of the Grimm's fairy tales nobody ever heard of. It turns out there are 200 and some Grimm's fairy tales.
Something like that.
That was a good part of it, learning that there were that many Grimm's fairy tales.
Well, and then seeing how they were presented. Like, did you know there was one, a gay one?
Nope, nope.
He didn't make that up, right? That was a Grimm's fairy tale? Or did
He
he?
edited it. That's not the actual story.
All right, so what theater classes?
Well, I just talked about directing too, and then I took directing for high comedy, which was kind of a joke of a class, but
You didn't like
it
it?
was kind of fun. It was fine. It was just
You thought-
stressful for no
You thought you were
reason.
gonna like it.
I mean, I liked it. It was just like a lot to handle this semester. It's not even that it was hard. It was just like a lot of outside commitment. Well, I already had a lot of outside commitment. And like the scenes for directing for high comedy and directing two ended up being at the same time a lot of the time. So I was doing like 2 classes worth of outside work at the same time. Yeah.
You had to direct a high comedy scene as part of this class?
A few of them, yeah.
What'd you do?
The first one was Blithe Spirit by Noel Coward. And then there was a scene from The Importance of Being Earnest.
Both of which I should know, but I don't really.
You're not missing a ton.
I never read, well, I know The Importance of Being Earnest
Yeah, that's one you should.
is a classic,
Mm-hmm.
which like everybody should read, or at least know about, but I don't.
Yeah, I had a busy semester, but that's about all I did.
You still gonna be the teaching assistant in aesthetics next semester?
Mhm.
That's kind of a nice thing to have on your resume, isn't it?
Yeah, it'll be probably a lot of work, but it'll be fine.
Do they pay you at all?
I get $200 for the entire semester's worth of work, which is like nothing.
So they pay you, but not at all.
Yeah.
And you're not planning to work?
No, I quit my job.
You quit officially? So this, when you worked on New Year's Day, that was your last day?
Yep.
Are they sorry to see you go, or is it like, oh?
Yeah, one of my managers, my last night asked if there was any chance I was going to come back after the semester, and I was like, I don't know, like a busy semester is not really an unusual thing for me. And I told him, maybe senior year when I have a lighter course load, but probably not for a while. And he was like, well, as long as I work here, you've got a job if you want it.
Oh,
So,
That's nice.
good. What about extracurricular activities?
She doesn't have any.
My
groups.
major is my extracurricular activity.
Well, you could tell us about going to Chicago the day after Christmas.
I went to Chicago the day after Christmas, and we went to. I went to Comedy Sports and Improvised Shakespeare in Chicago.
There's a Comedy Sports.
Uh-huh.
Did Isaac perform?
No.
Did they know that he's a Comedy
yeah,
Sports
he's
guy?
not. He can't just jump teams though. Like you have to audition for a new team. But we got him for free, so that was nice.
You got him for free. That was nice. So you gave him this present. This was your present to Isaac, your Christmas present to Isaac?
And partially his birthday present. I'm getting him something like smaller for his birthday, so
Yeah, well, it was kind of a big deal. So
Yeah.
when did you give him this present?
On
the actual-
Christmas.
On Christmas.
Was his
You like
reaction?
wrapped up a little box or, yeah? Was he excited?
Mhm.
You'd already somehow arranged it so you knew he wouldn't have anything planned on the day after.
His sister told him that there was this like party at her friend's house that he had to go to.
So he had the day set aside.
Mm-hmm.
So you guys left really early in the morning?
No, we left at like 10.
For you, that's really early on.
So you got up there at 2-ish.
We got up there about 12:30, I think.
Oh, you gained an hour. And then you went to,
We went and saw the Bean in Millennium Park, and then we went to the Museum of Contemporary Art, where they had a whole exhibit on David Bowie. It was pretty cool. And then we went to dinner and to the shows, and then drove home real late.
yes, we were somewhat concerned about you driving home.
We got home at like 6 a.m. Isaac drove the whole way, so I got to sleep a lot of it, but
Took your car, but he drove.
because I drove the whole way there, he drove the whole way back.
No problems, huh? Great time?
Yeah.
Where'd you have dinner?
Giordano's. It's a pizza place.
Yeah.
It was good. It was real good.
One of those places with a name sort of like that bills itself as the home of Chicago's deep dish pizza. Is that the one? No.
They said it was
Gino.
voted the #1 deep dish pizza in Chicago.
Maybe it's Gino's, I'm thinking of. Been too long. So, that was fun.
Yep.
Did you take pictures and stuff?
We didn't take a ton. We couldn't really take pictures like inside the museum. And we couldn't take pictures of the shows. We got a picture of the Bean. That's about it. I think we got a picture of the stage at both shows, but not the show.
Yeah. There
That's
must have
about
been more that happened in a whole half a year.
I mean, that's a lot.
So you had a Halloween party, right?
No. I think we went out for Halloween. We went somewhere else. What did we do?
I know you carved jack-o'-lanterns.
We did, yeah, we carved pumpkins at my house. I know that Isaac had a reflex show on Halloween. I think we went to a party at Austin's house afterwards, so.
Is this reflex thing a class that he takes, or?
No, it's his improv team.
Oh,
Well, of course, a rather big event was moving into your own house. Which we have on video, but But you're there,
I am.
and you're loving it,
Uh-huh.
in spite of the water backing up in the basement.
That's fixed.
Mhm.
It hasn't happened in a long time.
And the toilet that didn't work, that's fixed.
Yeah, that works now.
They've been good landlords.
Yeah. We haven't had any issues.
Has he been as good as you thought?
Yeah, I mean they're pretty good about if we have an issue, we text them and they'll be like, is it immediate? Like, do we need to send someone over? Can we wait till the morning? And usually we can wait, and then they come up the next day or the day after and get it
Does
fixed.
the guy usually do his own repairs?
Yeah, a lot of them. I think he's only sent a plumber over to our house once.
That's the way to make it viable, as I'm finding out with your dad's house.
Mhm.
Do the work yourself.
I don't know that anything else eventful has happened. Particularly eventful, anyway.
Maybe we have to do this more often, so it's fresh in your mind. Like once a week, you'll have to come down.
Mm-mm. That's too much.
Your dad was saying that he wished he'd done this like once a year, starting from the beginning. Wouldn't that be fun?
Oh, it'll be fun.
Could have done Skater Boy or something like that.
I mean, needless to say, we've got lots of, or he's got lots of video of you
Mm-hmm.
over the years, but it would be fun to see a video of a little 5-year-old Emily telling us what happened in her life. That would be cute.
Oh,
Do you want anything, Norma?
thanks. No,
I only poured you about half a can of Coke. You want some more?
I'm still good. Yeah.
Okay. Well, this sandwich is going to be another meal. For you too?
Probably.
What do you got going on the rest of today?
I'm going to Comedy Sports to see Isaac play tonight.
Hmm.
And a couple people from Muncie are coming, so I've got to drive back up to Muncie to pick people up. And then down to Indy.
Oh. Oh, well, that's too bad. So this was a special trip?
It was supposed to be to bring your ornament, but it was funny because I saw it this morning and I was like, I should go sit that on the back of the couch so that I'll remember it. And then I was like, no, I'll remember it. It's fine.
Well, the lunch was much more immediate than the ornament.
Yeah. And now you've got dinner too.
Oh, and we want to look downstairs for luggage.
Mhm.
So the girls have been good roommates.
Mhm. Yeah, I like them. They're all right.
Are they indicating, I mean, certainly they're going to stay next semester, but do they like it well enough they're thinking long-term?
Yeah, we're all gonna stay.
Well, that would be nice if you could keep that house all the way through college.
I think we're all planning on being there next year. And then that's just the year after that. It's up in the air, but I'm sure we'll all stay.
How did Miranda and Richie do grade-wise? Are they okay?
Hmm? I think we all did about the same.
No problem hanging on to your scholarship?
No. I think I gotta have above like a 3.0. I've got a 3.4-ish. So it would take a lot for me to go down.
You have a 3.4-ish?
Something like that.
Wow, that's good. That's wonderful.
I've had mostly A's and B's. I just had that one C.
Well, if you ended up graduating with a 3.4, you would be in great shape.
Not that your GPA matters that much, other than your first job.
Yep, that's the only time it matters.
And even then, I'm a theater major.
Yeah. But the other thing is, as long as you're doing something, you might as well give it
Mm-hmm.
your best shot, which you are. Well, is it okay if I turn off the camera?
I think it's all right, yeah.
Is it okay, Kenny?
Yes.
Oh, it stopped. We're gonna have to do it all over again.
I see the light. I'm not done.